Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Mr. Dan Greenberg. Dan! Hello, good evening. Happy Saturday, right? I love Saturday because I hate work. I used to have a job where I had to be at work every morning at 7 a.m., which is really early for me. I like to stay up late. You guys like to stay up late? Anybody like to stay up late? At the time I was in Chicago, and so I was taking public transportation. I got up every morning, 5:30, get out to the bus, got my iPod on, I'm ready to go. I'm listening, to music. I'm half asleep, frankly. I have to sleep still, and I'm trying to go to work. I see a guy there at the bus stop, generally almost every morning. He's standing next to me. He looks over and he smiles. I smile back and try and be polite. I don't really want to talk to him. I'm in my zone, right? I'm half asleep still. I've got my headphones on, and I look at him. He smiles again, a little bigger. I smile back, this time kind of awkwardly, like, I don't really want to talk to this guy. But, I've got the headphones on, I'm rocking, and now I look at him again, and he says something to me. I don't know what he said. I had my iPod. So I take the headphone out, and I said, "Excuse me?" And he goes, "Gee, it's early." And I immediately thought, "You stupid son of a bitch." And as my anger was building, and I was about to say something to him, I'm like, "Oh my God, I swear, I just want to kill this man." And as I'm about to say something to him, a bird flies down in front of me, picks up a worm off the ground and flies away, and I said, "Sure is." Because the early bird always gets the worm. As I said before, I hate work. I used to interview people for a living. Everybody needs a job. Everybody here have a job? Everyone here have a job? Even stupid motherfuckers have jobs. It's the worst. I interviewed a guy for a position where every interview question I asked him, he started with the same story. He started with the same beginning of the story, which was, "Well, it was Taco Tuesday and everybody's drunk. Hell, I've had about 4 or 5 myself." And as the interview went on, he continued to tell the same beginning of that story, but he got increasingly more drunk. So the next question was, "Well, it was Taco Tuesday and everybody's drunk. Hell, I've had about 5 or 6 myself. Hell, I've had about 7 or 8 myself." By the end of the interview, this guy was fucking trash. But I kid you not, the first question I asked him, and the story tells me it's priceless. The first question I asked him is, tell me about a time you went out of your way to assist a customer. And this is the story he tells me word for word. And I tried to write it down as fast as I could while he was saying it. It was just ridiculous. He says, "Well, it was Taco Tuesday and everybody's drunk. Hell, I've had about 4 or 5 myself. Customer came up to me, he orders the taco up. I serve it to him right quick. He takes a good look at the taco, examines it and whatnot, then knocks the meat right out of the shell and puts his own meat in right where the taco meat used to be. You know what I mean? It was very inappropriate." I knew what he meant. He continues with, "He takes over the top of the bar, tops it off with a little bit of lettuce and tomatoes and sour cream, and continues to walk around the bar asking all the lady customers whether or not they like a bite of his taco. Well, one lady customer, she takes him up on it, she takes a heaping bite, and he goes a hollering. It was about that time I took it upon myself to pick the man's penis head off the floor and take him to the hospital. That's how I got Employee of the Month." He actually told me that story. It's an actual story, and I feel bad for the actual guy who got his penis head bit off, but that's what you get for putting it into a taco shell. Like I said, I used to interview people, stupid people. I had a guy who, it was a call center I was working in, and he called in because he had missed his interview for 7-Eleven. Now, we've all been to 7-Eleven. I'm assuming everybody's been to 7-Eleven. The quality of people behind the counter, not you. The quality of people behind the counter are not always the brightest folks, but even 7-Eleven has requirements. difference. If you miss your interview, you cannot have another one until you are responsible enough to come to an interview. The guy, he calls up, he's angry. He missed his interview. He's angry, he wants another interview. And I get the call from the supervisor. He's complaining. So I come to the phone, I said, hello sir, I'm the supervisor, how can I help you? He goes, you the supervisor? I said, yes I am. How can I help you? He says, well, they're saying I missed my interview. And that's not true. Actually, what had happened was, and see, whenever anybody says what had happened was, the next thing that follows it is a fucking lie. Okay, the entire next thing is a fucking lie. Anytime anybody says what had happened was, the next thing they say to you is just not true. So he says to me, well, you see, what had happened was, I came to my interview, right? And the manager, she had stepped out to buy a pack of cigarettes. And I stopped and I very calmly said to the man, I said, sir, we sell cigarettes at 7-Eleven. He got real quiet for a second. He goes, you right. I guess I didn't think that one through. He hangs up the phone. Pretty sure I'm done with this guy, but 10 minutes later I get another supervisor call. I come to the phone, I say, hello sir, my name is Dan, I'm the manager, how can I help you? He goes, you the manager? I said, yes sir I am, how can I help you? He goes, well, they say I did not come to my interview, and it's true, I did not come to my interview. But you see, what had happened was, I was on my way to the interview, and I got a phone call, and my kids was kidnapped. Now, I can't come to an interview when my kids is kidnapped, I gotta find them kids. I stopped and I very quietly said, sir, this is the same manager you spoke with about 10 minutes ago. He told me the story about the cigarettes, which we both decided together was untrue. He gets real quiet again and he says, you right. I guess I didn't think that one through either. He hangs up the phone. I'm just about ready to go. Have a great day. I'm done. And all of a sudden, he calls up again. I go to the phone, another supervisor phone call, and I go, hello, sir. This is the supervisor. My name is Dan. How can I help you? He goes, you the supervisor? I said, yes, sir, I am. He goes, the same supervisor I just spoke with? I said, yes, sir, the same supervisor you just spoke with. He goes, well, good news. The kids is back, so I can make my interview now. Some ridiculous people in this world. You guys like to stay up late, everybody? Everybody like to stay up late? I like to stay up late. I like to watch TV when I stay up late, okay? Why is it that late night television is directed specifically for perverts? You guys notice, like, you can watch Comedy Central at night, you're trying to watch some stand-up, you're trying to watch something else. You know, all it is Girls Gone Wild commercials. That's all it is. And infomercials, of course. My favorite of which right now is the shake weight. Everybody see the shake weight? You guys know what the shake weight is? If you guys don't know what the shake weight is, it is a barbell. Okay, it's like a dumbbell, like a little dumbbell, but it's got like a sheet on it, and you shake it like this. It's for women to tone their arms and bust area, and you're just shaking the dick right into your What I want to do is, I want to elaborate on that product. Like, I saw that and I was like, fuck yeah, that is a great idea, okay? I know exactly what I want to do. I want to put a Gatorade dispenser in the tip. So when you're shaking it, you squeeze it. Resistance weights at the bottom, like little round ones you gotta pay attention to. Alright.